Convicted cop killer and FBI most wanted terrorist Assata Shakur reportedly dead in Cuba. Assata Shakur, the convicted murderer of a New Jersey state trooper and one of the FBI's most wanted terrorists, has reportedly died in Cuba, according to statements from the communist regime she called home for decades. The news, if confirmed, would mark the end of a decades-long manhunt for a figure who became a polarizing symbol of racial injustice for some and a cold-blooded killer for others. The announcement of Shakur's death was made by a Cuban government agency, as reported by official media outlets on the island. While specific details regarding the date and cause of her death were not immediately released, the confirmation from Havana brings a close to one of the most enduring fugitive cases in modern American history. Shakur, born Joanne Chesimard, was at the center of one of the most infamous incidents in New Jersey law enforcement history. On the night of May 2, 1973, she was a passenger in a car stopped by state troopers Werner Foerster and James Harper on the New Jersey Turnpike for a minor traffic violation. The stop quickly escalated into a violent shootout. Trooper Foerster was shot twice at close range with his own service weapon and killed. Trooper Harper and Shakur were also wounded, and another man in the car, Zaid Malik Shakur, was killed. In 1977, Shakur was convicted of first-degree murder, assault, and other charges in the death of Trooper Foerster and sentenced to life in prison. In a brazen escape in 1979, members of the Black Liberation Army broke her out of the Clinton Correctional Facility for Women in New Jersey. She lived underground in the United States before resurfacing in Cuba in 1984, where she was granted political asylum by then-President Fidel Castro. For over 40 years, Cuba provided Shakur a safe haven, repeatedly refusing extradition requests from the United States. In 2013, the FBI added her to its list of most wanted terrorists, making her the first woman to receive that designation. A $2 million reward was offered for information leading to her capture, and the case remained a persistent source of diplomatic friction between the two nations. The news of her death has been met with a mixture of frustration and solemn remembrance by law enforcement. The New Jersey State Police and the Foerster family have been denied justice for nearly half a century, unable to see her serve her full sentence. Trooper Werner Foerster's legacy, however, remains a cornerstone for the law enforcement community, which has vowed to never forget his sacrifice. For her supporters, largely within activist and Black liberation movements, Shakur was a political prisoner, a victim of a racist and corrupt judicial system whose case symbolized the oppression of the Black Panther Party and similar groups in the 1970s. They viewed her as a revolutionary icon. With her reported death in Cuba, a definitive chapter closes. The U.S. government will never secure her extradition, and Trooper Foerster's family will never see her in an American prison. The story of Assata Shakur ends as it was lived for decades, on a communist island, far from the American justice system that convicted her, leaving behind a legacy that remains fiercely contested.